Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. We find ourselves on Lunar's level 2 with a solo self-found hardcore Arc trapper. And this is of course the shiny version of Lunar's temple level 2. The one with all the blue rather than all the blood. Gonna have a little bit of a firm chat with Dusk. Dusk has a blue egg thing that we want. So I think in the end will prove to be persuasive. That's entirely how this is going to be. Persuasive. Along the way there's some people there that I don't know, I guess they have a bad day. They're not entirely enthusiastic about me just taking what I want. So they will have to be pacified. Yeah, let's go with the word pacified. Hello there, Alpha. Where are you sending me? To the pools of restoration. Well, that sounds very helpful and happy as well. Let's see, anything here that we would like to connect still? Well, we have a cloister here that's connected to the tormented cells, which is one of the new kinds of rooms. They were added in a recent patch. So cloister, that's the top right that needs to be connected, and then upgrading the healing thing. I'm perfectly fine with it. See if we can get that one to level 3. Let's see, what's the regular mobs? Ah, nice. The stone dropped. And it was the top right that I wanted to open, so let's do that. Great, now that is connected. And then we have a boss over here. Bear, all the traps. And then there's about 60 seconds to mop up whatever we've missed so far. Hello there. And then the last group. Yep, that's those folks. Okay. Is there another pack here? There's another pack here. You almost got away from me. Almost. And there we go. So cloister is now connected, and then by extension the tormented cells. We now have a Sanctum of Vitality. Some monsters will be regenerating some life. If you manage to get it to a tier 3, then we're gonna get a bonus out of that. If not, it's just gonna be an upside for them. Might as well just pick up a couple more items and then push your way forward. Up the stairs. It's also nice, the enemies here, they have a nice little wind-up charge animation. So if you see it, don't just sidestep and there's a good chance they're gonna miss you. You have a Vine Snares, Lunar's Priestess. I've yet to find a Sire of Shards. But maybe in permanent hardcore league I might have some words completed that I don't have outside of it, because I only play in the leagues. Everything that accumulates outside of it is kind of wasted. Oh wait, pre-trapping, that was a thing.
Of fusing.
And we can put these underneath here, and then we can pick up a slightly larger item. And oh, look at that, there's a Torah here. Let's see, where are you sending me, Torah? You are sending me back to hunt infected beasts. Well, you know what? You can do that yourself. Yeah, she has pointed me forwards, then of course I would have obliged. Right now, less of a fan. Orb of augmentation. It's a tiny bit of currency, but it is currency nonetheless. And there we go. It is the dance of death. And the others are quite unwilling partners in this. But of course, because we are the villain of the story, we don't care. Wait, I was supposed to be the hero? Then why am I killing all these people? Ooh, look, tapestries. So it's just a bit of random wandering out around what it feels like in order to get to the exit of the area. Oh, look at that. Hunt down infected beasts. So you do get the credits. Backtracking is still not going to happen. Okay, then that's the way forward over there. And those are the big gates. Welcome, committee. And then up we go. Oh, look at that. Even more beasties. And then we have ourselves a boss to fight. So you are quite done. And I now have a moon order, which will be weighing down my inventory for the foreseeable future. So last point for some more life and evasion gets us to 2848 life. Of course, we have a lot of evasion and dodge and block to layer on top of that. Not getting hit is going to be relatively helpful as well. So nobody wants to have a chat except for Clarissa. You're sending me over to the Ankh of Eternity, which is the next step in our adventurous journey. So that's always to the right here. 50-50 chance of finding Alpha in this area. Ooh, look at that. A fractured opponent. I mean, I'm assuming there is an Alpha in this area. Let's start with stating the assumptions, but they always have a very small place here and a very small place there. But maybe this is one of those places that doesn't have an Alpha, even though it says it has temporal incursions. Never quite know. Okay, the key. Funnily written, easily pronounced. I got a couple objectives here. One of them is, of course, to find Alpha Valai, which is part of every area. The other one is the Ankh of Eternity, which usually lies on a small island-like thing just off of the coast, or just off of the harbor. So exploring the entirety of the outline of the land here is going to be important, because it's very easy to miss. A check in the box. What's a random item? A random unique item. Any item. I think it's a card that has a chance to drop in just about every area. But it's also one that I think is pretty darn rare, because I don't actually recall handing in one of those. And for something that is now relatively common in that regards, I'd have expected to have handed in more of them. This is just backtracking. Besides the Ankh of Eternity, of course, we'll have to find the place where we're going to confront Tommen and an entrance into the next area. Okay, we found ourselves an Ankh of Eternity in this sealed casket. As I said, though, small island connected with a bridge or a gangplank or something along those lines. If we find the exit into the grain gate, we'll take it, since it, in my experience, it always has a waypoint near the entrance. And look at that. Lots of little currencies. Just double checking that there's nothing of interest in here, then I don't need to backtrack after the incursion. Marvelous. Alpha, where are you sending me the explosives room? Well, we technically only need one explosive to get into the apex, so I don't really... Well, it's not about needing it, it's about having the opportunity, so I might as well just take it. Sure, then connecting it to either room is going to be fine. Let's pick the Hurricane engine first, and we just upgrade it. Yeah, so we upgrade it and then a Hurricane engine. Okay, we start a bit in the bottom left, it seems like. Look at that, a stone of passage. Okay, another stone dropped, but there's also an architect there, and that I'd like to avoid, because otherwise we end up resetting the room accidentally and losing our explosives. You are a architect of fortifications. Right, so that one is dealt with. Let's see if we can circle back to find that other stone. Exactly, that one. And then maybe do a couple more kills. And there we go. We missed the spawn in the bottom. Outside of that went pretty darn well. Connected both. And we upgraded it to a demo lab. So that's about as good as it's gonna get here. Pick up some more chromatic items and then let's continue the kill streak. Oh. This... Let's see, this leads somewhere, I'm assuming. Yeah, it does. Also had something up there, so we got a split in the road. Let's backtrack a little bit. Just to double check that we're not overlooking something critically important here. And indeed, there was nothing critically important here. That was the dead end. Hello everybody. How are you doing today? Oh, you have a very big stick. Let's stay away. And again, feels like we have a bit of a split situation, but this is pushing forward more than I had expected it to be. So let's backtrack again a little bit, just to see what's up. And another dead end. Wonderful. But it's better to just do these little bits of backtracking while you're pushing forward, rather than having to go back throughout the entire level just looking for that one little corner that you missed. Because that often ends up feeling a lot more frustrating. Again, this seems to push forward, so let's go back and check out what's over here. Because we have another route pushing this way. Interesting. Yeah, so I gotta remember there was a split that way. Just then let's wrap this one up. This is just a single island room thingy. Yes, it is. Okay, exit to the grain gate. That is good. Put a portal. Silly me. I should not click the portal. I should just go through the portal. So, one grain gate, one waypoint. And then we can take this one back to town. I might as well just sell those two items I still have. I mean, it's all chromatics, and this is a build. 2 mediocre resistances and everything else is just rubbish. And let's put a card with the cards, and we have the Ankh. Ah, yes, ballista buddies. Okay, so now we have a dead end here. That is good. So now we know we can backtrack to where we had the split in the road, and we know we have to take the other direction. So overall, this was actually the best way I could have gone about this. Since you do want to find the grain gates before the other one. Since after we're done with the Tom quest, now we can just take a portal and continue on a merry way, and otherwise it would have been more backtracking. That said, this is still one of my least favorite areas in the game because it is so large, and it feels rather empty. Resurrection site. Hello. So just chucking some traps around. Just totally overcasting here. They don't really have a chance. Okay, now we get Tolman, so we can just do some bad traps. There we go. And now Clarissa is sad, since we kind of killed her lover. Somebody's version of her lover. But he is at rest now. So, guess that counts for something. Okay, so last time we completed the evasion wheel here. So now it is time to pick another destination. There are a couple of interesting directions to go in. One would be to head towards the highest killer over here. There are some crit nodes here, there are some trap nodes here. So no, there are interesting things in this area. There's of course also a jewel socket. Another direction would be to head over to grab Written in Blood and to grab the Melding Life Energy Shield hybrids. We're not focusing strongly on energy shields, so that component is a little bit undershadowed, but still there is life in there, and that is good. And then eventually going for something like a Blast Cascade over here, to also add power charges to the mix, which again help with the critical hit part of the build that eventually I want to add to it, because right now no regular normal damage is doing just fine. I think going for just the pure life one here first is going to be one of the better moves. And we just pick up the jewel down here temporarily. So what I'm gonna do, or we picked up this this socket here temporarily. So what I'm gonna do is just refund these 2 points, and then we apply them again, and then put the socket in. So it just pushes us a little further here, and we get to highest killer just that much faster. Okay, stash this, and then we definitely have time to move on. Another Alva Vaal. And this is going to push the Sanctum to level 3, and we get a valuable item for it. Also, there's one more connection left to make to the Hurricane engine. So, top left and the upgrade Architect. We start somewhere near the left side. There's an Architect down there. This is the Architect I would want. Yay, we now have a Sanctum of Immortality. Okay, now we can safely clear out the other side without accidentally ending up killing a Architect we don't want. Oh, Hello there. Regular folks. Okay, we killed everything. 6 seconds to get to the top here. Aha, cleared it. Lovely. So, level 3, full connections. Good. And we get ourselves a Ondars or Facebreaker? Ondars clasp. Yeah. So, attack speed 1 on full life, a little bit of lightning damage added to attack, some accuracy and increased movement speed on low life. So it's easy to run away, I suppose. Well, let's continue. There's a Gemling Legion that needs to be murderized here. And there's chickens. Wait, what? How did the chickens get here? 3 faces in the dark. That is appropriate for the local monsters. And we got ourselves a beach map. That is the 3rd map drop, I think. But they're going to become much more common now that we've passed. I think it's level 55 or something. That's the cutoff. Or maybe it simply is just the Act 8. Which does start at 55, so that still makes sense. Level boundaries make more sense than boundaries based on area. Yeah, I probably should just stick to the good old tradition of just looking for dead blackguard corpses near the doorways. And those are the doors to take. See, blackguard corpse. So this is the door that leads us forward. The other ones are simply distractions. Okay. Large room with lore. So this is where the Gemling Legion is going to be. This definitely benefits from a pre-trapping. Exactly that. No, definitely do keep in mind we gain a lot of bonus damage for all the hits for having a lot of traps out. So if you are encountering a monster pack that has a little bit of a spawn or some wind up, just chuck down all the traps, and the traps that do hit, they will do a lot more damage. Though it is a bit more mana intensive. So I think we'll continue onwards to the waypoint here. Then next episode we can tackle the entirety of Solaris Temple and the probably the Solaris Lunaris fight afterwards as well. That seems like a good connection. There is an alpha there. And a waypoint. So if we tag the waypoint, then we do another incursion. How far are we? Oh, there's still 3 remaining. That's good. Alpha! Ooh, upgrade this one to a chest full of jewelry. I'm game. Hello everybody. Okay, someone is trying to explode me. I'm not a fan. Architect of Toxins. Well, there you go. And now we have glittering holes. Not being where they're throwing their projectiles definitely seems like a helpful strategy. Also applies to swords, by the way, but they're a bit easier to dodge because they actually need to close to me. And I think they are all pretty darn dead. So that was nice and easy. So, jewelry forge, tier 3. Happy Georgia, copper plate, that looks shiny. Let's investigate in a little bit what it is. Ooh, effigy of fear. Don't always run into you. No, I won't be. This is the Solaris Lorica. Oh, that's one of those interesting armors. So you got some strength, you got some armor, 25% reduced chaos damage taken over time, so that is poison effectively. Though there's probably some chaos over time effects that also get applied with monsters. Increased light radius, and chaos does not bypass energy shields. That's the big one. I think it's only the Solaris Lorica and the Chevron's Wrapping that have that effect. But it does allow for potentially something like a low life build with heavy energy shields. Though this one is armor based, that makes for an interesting mix. And negative 35 chaos damage taken, so that is all the way at the end, if I remember correctly. The chaos damage, every bit of chaos damage, 35 points get taken off. Probably doesn't apply to damage over time, but there's a reduction to that. But for all the flat bits of damage, this is potentially very, very strong. So that's one of those interesting builds, interesting items that you could potentially build around. Also got the Ondars earlier, so did pretty darn well in the unique item finding department. So let's have a look. Maraboa. Passive skill point. Yes, for the Gemling Legion. We already had a chat with Clarissa, so that's good. So a little bit more dex and then we move forward. And with that, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching and hope to see you again next episode. Bye bye.